And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in business with a community showdown featuring Dark Man and the Pirates of Sartosa facing off against the Dark Elves, who shall be led by Friar Wu, coming in hot with MALUS Darkblade. Certainly very fun. Pirates of Sartosa and MALUS couldn't ask for much more. Oh, look at this, man. Really, right as I say that, a magical bloated corpse does appear, and it looks like this guy making a hard dash here for the tree line. Probably going to be trying to ambush, and, sometimes, you're so not expecting a bloated corpse that even if it is right in front of you, your brain just isn't going to process the fact that there is a bloaty boy running straight for your battle line. So we'll see how this goes. Now for the Dark Elf army, it is going to be a combination of Corsairs backed with Bleak Swords, more or less cheap infantry, which is the way you usually want to go against Coast. If you go elite with like Blackguard, Harganeth Executioners, really expensive troops, they tend to just get focused down by the artillery pieces, missile pieces, handguns, deck gunners, as well as bombers. So you don't want to do that. Now, Shades are an interesting piece. When I used to play Dark Elves versus Coast, like right when Coast came out, I actually really liked Shades. I felt like they're underused in this matchup because they can creep up on Vampire Coast. They have good enough range to kind of sneak in there and focus down the crabs and the bombers and various other high value targets. And I actually do like Shades in this matchup. I know it might be a little bit avant-garde, but I do like those bad boys. Two of those, MALUS Meme Blade on foot. Oh, foot MALUS. Oh yeah, talk dirty, man. Got a Sorceress of Death with Purple Sun, as well as a Master. So yeah, he's got plenty of tools to deal with like a crab style of play, and his build is wide as well. So certainly brings some width to kind of swarm a gun line. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Dark Riders, Scourge Runners on the far side, and that is it. So now for the Pirates of Sartosa, it's going to be Bombers. It's the dreaded Sartosa trickery here, not bringing any living pirates, but Bombers and Pistol Mobs backed up by Lamprey's Revenge, as well as Rotting Promethean Gunnery Mobs, and double Scurvy Dogs in the back, because the more meta build here is basically a Supreme Sorceress of Fire teamed up with like triple Bolt Throw or something just to try and win the range fight. Oh, and the bloat. Oh, no, not like this. Oh, this thick boy is coming out, and he is going to be getting right on top of those Corsairs. See what I'm talking about, man? They can sneak up on you. Oh, God, so much damage. And the Corsairs, talk about a value unit to get there. That's got to feel really, really good here for the Pirates of Sartosa. Now, the first Bomber volley is going to be coming in. Bombers did get nerfed recently, so they're not quite as destructive as they once were, but still do some, decent damage against the Black Arcs in conjunction with the layered gunfire here. So Bombers and Pistol Mobs holding down the front, but that is a fair amount of pressure. I'm not sure what the Shades are shooting either. Looks like there's going to be a Purple Sun in the Gunnery Mob here. It could do some big damage. And yeah, the Shades are actually going after the Gunnery Wight. Man, that Purple Sun not bad. Unfortunately, though, it only goes after the 300 gold variant of the Gunnery Mob, so it really doesn't get that much value overall. And now in the backfield, Scurvy Dogs decide to 2v1 the Dark Riders, and two Scurvy Dogs should be able to win that, which is actually relatively strong considering the Scurvy Dogs could then attack the Shades. But that needs to happen sooner than later. This Vampire Coast front line is very, very fickle with the Bombers and some of these other chaff units. And you can already see some Corsairs, despite their heroic, valiant efforts of those bloody boys, are going to be getting in. So here comes Lamprey's Revenge. Big crab clobbering time. They got shotguns, they got crabs. What's not to love? And for a second, I thought that was Loki or Fellhard. I was like, oh, the Madman, he's joined the battle. MALUS Meme Blade moving into the back line. Going to be landing some of his armor-piercing damage here against the Lamprey's Revenge. And the Shades appear to be going after the handguns in the back. Certainly not a bad choice, but now the Shades are going to get attacked here by the Doggos. However, Murderous Prowess is active right now, so the Shades are currently, on steroids more or less. 50 melee attack. If they actually turn around and fight the dogs, it looks like they're still trying to shoot. But if they turn around and fight, they might be able to get them. But look at that. Nice usage of Von Hell's Dance Kebab here on these Scurvy Dogs, giving them melee attack to help them chew through the 30 melee defense, or 32 actually. Looks like a Scab Scrape going down. Balance power is pretty even. It's a close game. Dark Elves are getting some great success here, though, in the front line. But the Dogs in the backfield getting on top of the Shades and breaking them off is a really big grab. Shades are not a cheap unit. And typically, Dark Riders are used if you are going to have a backline via Dark Shards or Bolt Throwers. In this matchup, usually you want to have like 3 or 4 Dark Riders to control the Scurvy Dog pressure. And what's great about that is even if they don't bring Scurvy Dogs, you then have Dark Riders to go after their deck gunners, cannons, handgun mobs, you name it. Dark Rider is probably one of the strongest tools here in this matchup. It's really interesting. I've been playing a little bit of campaign lately, and it's just seeing the parallel between units that are just god-awful in campaign and that are really good in multiplayer, but it's always fun to see. So, as far as the balance of power goes, looking a little bit Druki favored, and oh, that's why MALUS is transformed super early. He must have been fighting those crabs. Oh, dude, he's totally doing the anime run. Look at him. Yeah, it looks like he's got some bad posture, too. But going in for the duel against the Gunnery Wight. Gunnery Wight's got 45 speed, MALUS Meme Blade 36. He does pop the Bloodstorm to get a little bit of ward save for the duel. And MALUS seems to be doing some good damage for sure. And that Gunnery Wight does get the memo. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. Zarkan does have 460 weapon strength compared to the 400 of MALUS. So he does hit a little bit harder. But this is the eternal sadness of MALUS. Basically, you can just kite him. Although it looks like the Gunnery Wight is trying to pull some StarCraft 2 micro, doing some scooting and shooting here. and is going to be letting MALUS get some beatings there. Scurvy Dogs finishing the job, able to chew on the last of the shades here. They should be breaking in a matter of moments. They're at 1 leadership, -6. Scurvy Dogs on the hunt. The other doggos, though, are finished off by the Bleak Swords. And, you know, the Vampire Coast is a little bit bare bones as far as what they have in the battlefield. The Vampire Fleet Captain being attacked by the Master here was actually able to win in that duel using its pistol and crab shots, dropping a summon to buffer itself. But, yeah, it's getting a little bit low, and the Spirit Leech is very effective. And MALUS Meanblade's coming in. Now, if the Vampire Coast is able to survive MALUS Meanblade, keep their Lord alive, you know, I think they might be in good shape. Depending on the summons. It really, really does depend on the summons here. The Crab's holding pretty well here. Rotting Promethean's very durable against non-AP infantry. And the other Crabos, I think, just got worn down by the shades at some point. And yeah, this is the right idea here for Sartosa. The reason why the bounce bar is as it is right now is, of course, because of MALUS, right? When he transforms into Zarkan, it pretty much always tips the balance of power pretty heavily. Nice little AoE right there, able to hit those guys. At least he's contributing something as he does kind of just waddle around the battlefield. And I really wish they would change MALUS. I think that MALUS could get some substantial changes to his degeneration mechanic. Maybe just like nerf some things and make it so like nerf the abilities, or I don't know, do something. Like maybe when he uses his abilities in his demonic form, he takes damage, but the constant drain I think is so stupid. It's just like, it's fine for, I mean, even in campaign, it's kind of stupid too, because it makes it so you never want to transform, right? Because if you're in like a battle and it goes longer than you expect, like you're going to always err on the side of being conservative, right? You're going to not want to just like transform him early and have him die in battle. It's so weird. I really wish they would change it. Anyways, Bounce Power going back into the favor here of ye old Sartosa, as Invocation of the Heck really keeps these crabs going, and now they're fighting the Master as well as some Corsairs and Witch Elves here. Master might be able to do it. Master is an anti-large character, and MALUS Meanblade, I think, has fallen to dust. Let's go ahead and look around. Yeah, no, it looks like MALUS just suffered a tragic fate there somewhere in the middle of the map, and, you know, in some unmarked grave over here. Nobody will ever know. But the Crabs really proving to be MVPs here. They're able to beat back that Master. They do have the shotguns on the back, and they're also able to fight the Scourge under Chariot. It's a pretty good effect, so it's looking like Sartosa might be able to pull this bad boy out, as a lot of the army's breaking, and just like we kind of predicted earlier, I actually didn't know the don't know the outcome of this game. I just watched, like, I just loaded in, I saw the armies and the characters, I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm casting this one, baby. But the Master is broken. Scourge under Chariot, you know, in a little bit of trouble here, but it does get a nice ram on the Vampire Fleet Admiral, which any damage at this point is quite substantial. This bad boy is at its healing cap. Or is it, I can't remember if the pistol variant is a girl or a guy. I can't really tell. I think it's a girl, so this bad girl's at her healing cap, and you know, who knows what's going on with the rest of the army here. The Rotting Prometheans chasing down the Master. The Master is on the run, 95 HP, and yeah, we'll see. I mean, the shotgun crabs. I've seen some very interesting kiting builds. There's a couple of Vampire Coast players who've used the Sartosa crabs to like kite and use the shotgun crabs as like a against Chaos, for example, against their infantry, just kind of running. But here you can see the Vampire Fleet Admiral holding firm. 32 leadership on these Bleak Swords. What else did the Dark Elves have? Another unit of Bleak Swords. And if we look around here, more infantry coming back. All right, so sword infantry against heavily armored crabs. Super inefficient, of course. But again, it could be a potential victory. Although with the crabs charging in, I think the Admiral and the crabs should be able to do this. I mean, is there any other Dark Elf Witchcraft around here? Scourge Runners, Witch Elves, or Corsairs in the distance. And a couple Witch Elves over there, which are broken. No shades. MALUS Meanblade just waddling around the desert, or this battlefield doing next to nothing. How much HP? 436, 2,500. It looks like it is going to be Krabby Patty City here as they do jump in there and start dropping some bows here on these Bleak Swords. And again, Bleak Swords probably have, like, you know, of their 28 weapon strength, probably like 4 or 6 of it is armor piercing. Actually, 7. So yeah, I mean, they got a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be too much. And it looks like the Sartosa Pirates are going to be claiming victory. And that's, I mean, if MALUS had been on a Velociraptor, I think Friar Wu would have won that game. It's just like, if he could have just stuck on the crabs on spite, he would have won, for sure. The fact that he had to waddle after all of his targets, like, oh, it's just... And he's not even cheap. Like, Foot MALUS isn't even like you're getting a steal like Lokir. Like, Lokir on Foot, okay, against Vampire Coast, he heals, he's cheap. But, like, MALUS costs a bit. You're paying for that demon form, which is super inefficient. Now, MALUS can be situationally useful on his Velociraptor, but... Man, it's just a shame. I really, really hope they change him. As a matter of fact, I think I might do a video. This has kind of inspired me to do a video on, like, a couple of things which I really think you know, they could change. Anyways, Yeah, it was cool, man. I really like seeing Shades. I think if the Dark Riders had been a little bit more defensive with the Scourge Runner, wow, 2,000 value on that Scourge Runner, Jesus. If he had kept the two Dark Riders back with the Scourge Runner to defend his Shades, I think he could have also won the game in that respect. But in the end, the dog play was quite good from Darko Man. He was able to really get the dogs, hunt down the Shades, and dude, hero of the people, of course, the Bloaty Boy, just doing magic. And I mean, that's big. That bloat took out a Corsair unit. That's no joke. And it was just a super fun game. Krabos went crazy too. This one got 1,700. No joke there. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Big thanks to Darko Man and Friar Wu for sending in the replay. And guys, we'll be back. This, I believe, was from my my single faction tournament, the Faction War qualifier. So yeah, a lot of good replays coming from that. See you guys soon and take care.